Welcome to the Calmer Self podcast. I'm Nadine. Join me to learn how to connect with the calmer version of yourself. I'll share with you my tips and coping strategies for reducing feelings of stress, overwhelm and guilt so that you can live a productive life with ease and joy. And there'll be inspiration from other wellbeing therapists, experts in relaxation and fellow calm crusaders. So today I would like to welcome Tom Paladino. Now, Tom is a Scalar Light researcher with over 25 years experience. Tom is the inventor of Scalar Light, harnessing energy for healing on a quantum level. And Tom is going to share with us today his vision of healing the world. So I am so pleased to welcome you, Tom, and so keen to find out all about this Scalar Light. Sounds wonderful. So to start with, is it perhaps okay to ask you how you came to this? I love to ask people about their passion and their joy, and I know that you're very passionate about this. So how did you come to this?
This is my passion, my joy. How did I come to this? I believe it was God's hand. And what's the purpose? To help people. What's the gift of technology? It's to help people. It's to advance society. That's what I'm doing.
Brilliant. That is you. So you're guided in a way, aren't you? This is your mission, if you like.
Right.
And I love that. I really do. So Scalar Light Energy. I'm not sure how you refer to it, but Scalar Light. Yes. Where does it come from? What is it?
It's kind of obvious. It's from the sun and the stars. Where does all light originate from? From the sun and the stars. I frequently say that people are very adept and very much versed in this energy, scalar light, even though they don't realize it. It's the life force of the universe. Look at a photograph of the cosmos, if you will, and you can see an innumerable number of stars. That's what we're working with, star energy. This is the life force energy of the universe. It's so important that we realize that there is a life force energy, and that once we tap into that energy spectrum, we can do so many things.
Yeah, I love the sound of that. Now, I'm quite familiar with the moon, the power of the moon and the cycles. I use them for my work and personally. I know people are familiar with solar energy, but starlight, I don't know that many people have actually thought of that. But like you say, it's obvious, right, isn't it? So I really love that. And how do you actually work with it? How does it help people? Can you explain a little bit about how that interprets into helping people?
Sure. I've developed instruments that can control scalar energy, starlight. We have electrical instruments that control the movement of a current or the movement of electrons. Well, I have a scalar energy instrument that accesses that starlight or that sunlight. That's the key. I'm working in a different dimension. I'm not working with electromagnetic energy. So I've developed, with the help of a brilliant engineer, a scalar energy instrument that can access that dimension. And again, once you're in this dimension of scalar energy, you can do so much that you cannot achieve readily with electricity.
Right. So is it similar in that way from what you're saying? Is it similar to electricity and the way that people use that, or is it something much more than that?
It's quite different, and I'll tell you why. Scalar energy is everywhere. It really is the omnipresence of God. So you're tapping into the matrix, or you're tapping into the, if you will, the consciousness of the universe. Right. Whereas electricity is just a stream, a current of electrons, which is quite inferior as vis-a-vis this energy, scalar energy, what some people are calling zero-point energy today. So I say the future is towards this new drive, this new technology, scalar energy. Again, it's so versatile, and it can achieve what you cannot achieve with, say, an electrical instrument.
I really like that, actually. I work with Reiki energy, so I understand that. And with my clients, they get a feeling. They don't understand it, but it is a feeling. Right. And I tend to say, when they ask me what it's about, and I don't like to explain too much because it is a feeling, isn't it? That yes. I'm channeling that energy from the universe. And I think what you're saying is, like, we can channel that ourselves, can we? Is it something we can do?
Exactly. It's prayer, healing hands, people who pray are projecting scalar energy. Healing hands are scalar light healing hands. Many people have the ability by way of auto-suggestion to heal themselves. All of those are functions of scalar energy, consciousness, or what I call perhaps the mind of God. So what are we tapping into? The intelligence of the universe. That's what scalar energy is. It's the intelligence, it's the instructions of the universe. It's much more than just a stream of electrons.
Oh, I love that. So it's there for us all, is it? You mentioned that you've got an instrument.
Yes.
Does that mean that to access it, we have to go through an instrument? Is it something, I think you said we can all access it ourselves? Is it with intention, with thought, with that kind of thing?
Precisely.
Oh,
I've always said that the human mind, the human heart are vessels of scalar energy. So you do not need a scalar energy instrument to access scalar energy. Why do I use an instrument? Well, the function that I use this for is now a dependable process because the instrument is controlling the energy. But I've always said that the human mind and the human heart are excellent vessels of scalar energy, and everybody is per se a scalar energy expert, whether they realize it or not.
Yeah. Oh, that's just wonderful, isn't it? To know that it's there for all of us. And I think I've heard you talk before about the connection with the chakras. And again, that's something I work with a lot. And it's bringing to mind to me the third eye chakra, which is your intuition, going with that. Is it that kind of connection that we have in us? We just have to feel that power.
Yes, that's brilliant. What is a chakra? It's scalar energy. It's non-physical light that spins. What is a scalar wave? Non-physical light that spins. What gives rise, what maintains and creates our chakras? The spinning vortex of scalar energy. This is why those who are adept realize that everybody has those 7 spinning vortices. Those are chakras. And what animates those chakras? Scalar light.
Wow, I'm getting goosebumps as you're saying it, because it's so amazing, isn't it, to think that it is here for us. We can all access it, and it's just getting in tune. And I think we are, in this world now, we're coming much more into this, looking at alternative ways, looking at other things, and trusting. I think that it's all there for us, isn't it, if we can just tune in. So I think that's wonderful, actually, just to think like that. And it brings to mind a little bit about when I say to people, when I do guided meditations, I actually say to people, wherever your mind will go, your breath will follow. And it's that intention, isn't it? And some people find that hard to grasp, but it's true, isn't it? So
it is true.
Yeah.
Because all action in the universe is preceded by a thought or instructions. So scalar instructions, scalar intelligence precedes the action. So if you're looking at a biochemical reaction, sure, that's real. But there are instructions, scalar energy instructions, that make that biochemical reaction possible. That's true with the entire universe. The intelligence, the non-physical instruction always precedes the physical manifestation.
Can you say that again, that last little bit? Because that's quite profound, isn't it?
It is. Scalar energy is non-physical intelligence, non-physical instructions. And those non-physical instructions eventually result in physical manifestation.
Wow.
So in other words, what am I saying? Our physical universe is held together, has order, because of the instructions of scalar energy. So let me be blunt. Scalar energy serves as the binding force of atoms and molecules. It's the molecular and atomic bonds that we realize. Well, you have to have intelligence to hold together an atom, an element, a molecule, a compound. That's scalar intelligence. So the scalar intelligence holds together, creates and maintains our physical universe. Hence the term order out of chaos. What brings order to the universe? The order of scalar intelligence.
Wow, it is. It's big, isn't it? And I love that. I love that so much. Now, this is the Calmer Self podcast, and I know that we're talking about healing here with Scalar Light, but I believe it helps with people getting a good night's sleep and helping maybe to reduce stress and anxiety, which is healing in itself, isn't it? Can you perhaps explain a little bit how that can help?
Sure. My scalar energy instrument is capable of many functions, and I'll speak of the few functions today. A scalar energy instrument is going to broadcast or say access the scalar energy dimension, and in so doing, we can access a person's brain waves or their 7 chakras. So we have a process with the scalar energy instrument called the chakra balancing, in which we can actually balance, harmonize the brain waves, which are scalar waves, or balance the 7 chakras, which are 7 scalar energy vortices. So when you're working with a scalar energy instrument, you have an immediate interface, an immediate connection with the brain, the mind, and the 7 chakras. And this is what I've found with my instrument. It's the interface, it's the immediate connection with the mind, the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, as well as our 7 chakras. It's quite profound.
Isn't it? It so is. It's all connected, isn't it? Which is wonderful.
Yes, it is. It's all connected.
Yeah, I love it so much. Now, I know that you help people. You also help animals as well, don't you? And that's something I love. I do what I call karma canine. So I do doggy Reiki, which is just beautiful. And I believe that animals are more receptive, aren't they? Because they're not in their way.
Yes.
So I love that.
Yeah, you're right. Animals never interfere with the process. They simply accept it. They're unchallenged.
Yeah, they are beautiful. I say a lot to my clients, I say be more dog, because they've just got it sussed, haven't they? And if we just actually let it be, we can access so much, can't we? And that's exactly what you're saying. So I really love that. Now, I know that you offer people, because people will want to know more about this. I know we can go to your website. So if you can tell people how they get hold of that, if you can tell us what the website is.
The website is scalarlight.com. And when you visit the website, we offer everybody in the world 15 days of free sessions. Now, the way you access those free sessions is by way of your photograph. Let me explain. A scalar energy instrument doesn't work with people. We work with the energy field found on a photograph.
Oh, wow.
So people will email me their photograph. I'll place their photograph in the instrument, and the instrument will access that energy signature by way of the energy left on the photograph. So I work with people around the world, Nadine, by way of their photograph. Wow. You don't have, nobody is ever physically present in my laboratory. So this is the new science of scalar energy. It's non-physical. We're sharing information. We're broadcasting information, so to speak. And we transcend, we overcome time and space. Distance is not a consideration because we can access a person by way of their energy field, which is everywhere.
Yes, I love that. Reminds me of distance Reiki, because that's how it works, doesn't it? It works through the ether, as I say. So I really love that. So people can go to your website. I will put the details when I put this out on the YouTube channel and everywhere that it's going to go. They can go to your website and they can access this 15 days by sending you a photograph, can they?
That's right. Correct.
Yep, that is brilliant. Correct. I'm sure lots of people want to do that. I have one little question there, because some people are a bit, I've noticed it even with when I talk about Reiki. If people are a little bit apprehensive, is there anything you can say to reassure them that there's, no harm will be done or anything?
Put in the context that I'm working with sun energy or star energy, and the sun and the star are beneficial. They abet our health. Now, if the sun and the stars were harmful, we would not survive. There's trillions upon trillions of stars, and there's an infinite number of stars. So what I'm working with within that context is the energy of the universe, which is beneficial.
Yeah, so no harm can be done. I love that, because I just think about those times when I lie out under the stars, and it's that wonderful thing. So I'm thinking it's similar to that. Can't do any harm. So that is beautiful, isn't it? So so I really do love that. So people can find you through your website. As I say, I'll put all the details when I put this podcast out, and get this 15-day trial. I'm going to try it. I really look forward to trying that. And I will put my comments actually underneath this podcast as well, so people can see when I've had to go at it and how I found it, which I'm really looking forward to. So thank you for that. People can also find you in the KS Media Group app, because you're part of the app with me and lots of other wonderful people. So that's really, it's a lovely place to access everything that you offer as well, isn't it? So
yes, it is.
Yes, it is a good group. I love it, and it's easy to access for everyone. I like to finish, and you've given us loads already, but I like to finish by asking if you've got any words of wisdom. You've given us tons, but is there anything that you'd like to just leave everybody with to think about?
I want to encourage people. if scalar energy animates your mind and your heart, and you control that scalar energy thought pattern, you control those scalar energy emotions, you are the captain of your ship. So use your mind and use your heart accordingly. You'll make your life a better life. You'll create a better environment around you and the people around you. In many ways, we have direct control of the outcome in our lives. Take that control. Okay? Think well. Okay, feel for people, emote. Okay, accordingly, and you'll be the better for it.
That is beautiful, isn't it? And definitely wise words there. It is all about the feeling, isn't it? And I think so. In a way, obviously, we can access your 15-day trial, but from what you've just said, people can actually start this themselves, can't they? By their feeling, their thought,
Right.
their intention, they can actually start that process, can't they? So I love
Thank
that.
you.
So thank you so much. I have loved chatting to you. There is so much more that I want to know. So I would like to welcome you back at some point to my Calmer Self podcast.
Please.
And I will definitely encourage everyone to look at your website and go for the 15-day trial, because it sounds amazing. So thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you today.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Calmer Self podcast. Please rate and review. And if you want support, advice, accountability and inspiration to make the changes you need to manage your stress and live your life with ease and joy, check out the Calmer Self Facebook page. There's also more information on LinkedIn, Nadine award-winning changemaker, and please visit my website www.calmerself.co.uk.